Hey YouTube, Chasing Voodoo here. Today we received a package from Midland USA. Let's check it out, see what's inside. MXT575, GMRS two-way radios, Midland USA hat, sticker, the 3 dB gain antenna, the antenna mount, antenna cable, and an extension for the radio. We have a couple other items here. We have 12 foot, 10 foot, and a 5 foot Cat 6 cables. We are gonna run these from the main control unit to the Mat 4Runner Cat 6 cable concealer. So that connects to the factory switch location to the right of the steering wheel. And then we also have the Mat 4Runner overhead console ball mount. Now I'm either going to Frankenstein this, remove the ball mount and add in a magnetized mount, or I'm gonna add a arm extension for the ball that connects to a magnetized mount for the microphone. Since we are gonna be running power directly to the battery, we do need to go ahead and pop the hood. The radio does have a power button on the microphone, which, since this is going to be connected directly to the battery, will cut full power and there won't be any type of parasitic draw. Upon opening the kit, we have a Midland sticker, control unit, microphone, magnetic mounting base, power cable, and then there's another antenna in here that we aren't going to be using since we're going to be using the 3 dB ghost antenna. What we'll do now is take out the main control unit. We'll remove this mounting plate and figure out where we can mount this in the vehicle. Looking at two different mounting locations, one up in the driver's side dash. That area is too small for the control unit of the 575. So the better solution, I think, is going to be putting it under here, under the driver's side seat. So we'll have to remove that, and to the left of the heater unit. That way the fan that is on top of the Midland isn't pulling air directly in from the heat, and all of the wires are away from the heat unit. Now that we have the area where we're going to be mounting our control unit, we're going to go ahead and flip it over, and we're going to take off this bottom mount plate. Now what we could do is find a size for the mount plate. We'll probably make it about the same size as this out of some metal, and then we'll put some double-sided tape on and put it on the bottom of the carpet. Got our piece of metal here. We'll just put this box right on top, and it will just somewhat mark where we're going to be cutting it. Now that we got our 5x5 markings, we'll take our cut wheel. We'll get this cut on out. All right, there we have our 5x5 piece of metal. We'll go ahead and clean up the edges a bit, get it painted, and then continue with the install. All right, so we got it all measured out. We got the holes and we got the center set. Now I just got to drill our holes in here. Verify that our holes are now all lined up. Good to go. Can still fit this on it. So those go forward. Okay, going to fit it on. You can see that those are going to clear. So just push it on and still see they clear. Perfect. These little screws or bolts are M3x50, I think 8. So work perfect. Now we'll go ahead and get this painted. One coat done. Now we just let that dry and we install other pieces. So looked at a couple different mount points for the 3 dB ghost antenna. We're thinking of mounting it in this area. However, the cable, I don't know if it would actually reach all the way down there into the engine bay, through the firewall, back to the driver's side, and then under the seat. So I'm thinking maybe here would be a better option. I will need to drill 3 more holes, but I already have this one here. So that should be the go-to spot. Got the holes drilled. A little funky, but they work. Here's the wire harness. So we do need to cut this in order to fit this through the firewall. I'm not going to try to fit this big ass thing through it. You could try to pop these clips out or these tabs out and push these through, but I'm gonna take the easy route. I just went ahead and snipped these ends, and then I will wire those back together. So I'm gonna put some electrical tape around this, and then I'll fish that through the firewall and into the engine bay. All right, so you can see where we're at in the firewall. We're just gonna pull this through. Next, the antenna wire. Pop off this trim, pull your hand here and just pop up. This all will come up. This guy, we're gonna just twist this off. There we go. And this comes out like that. And then what you wanna get to is that right here. This guy, that boot. The thing that you'll need to do is remove this piece here. And then this, you'll have to push through the rubber grommet on the engine bay side coming into the cab of the truck. You might need to make a slit in order to get this in, but that's how you'll get it through. We got the 3 dB gain antenna mounted. Wires running through the channel hider, the wire hider, I guess, concealer, down through here. This little piece just pops out, pop it from here. The clips release here and here, and then there's a clip right here. And then we tucked it in so it's running down through here, this area, down. We got it zip tied in a couple spots here, right here, and then again here before it goes into the firewall. And then once it's down in there, we have it coming up from in here. Got it tucked up and zip tied all along this wire channel. And then it's gonna dip into here to the other side. All right, over here on the driver's side, it came through there, went under the carpet and up right here. And then these are all gonna patch through here, and then they're gonna go under the seat here. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the seat now and get that going. So to remove the seat, we need to take off these 2 caps. There's bolts under here, and then there's 2 caps in the front that I'll show you that we're gonna remove so we can remove the bolts there as well. From here, and these just kind of pull right out. Grab your 14mm socket, and you're gonna go ahead and remove these 2 bolts. Front's the same deal. We need to remove these 2 plastic pieces. I just reach my finger under them, pull the side, and then they kind of just yank right out. Do the same thing here. Boom. And then you have, again, 2 more 14mm bolts. You can still use the seat function, so I'm gonna move this closer now. That way I can pull these bolts, still have access to the 2 back bolts. We'll remove all 4, and then we will pop the seat up. All I need to do is do this. This cable is zip tied in there. I don't feel like messing with that or taking this off. So I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. And I'm gonna install it like this. I think I might bring the vacuum in while I have this up. Looking at this now, we can run our wires down through here. The nice thing is that when this lifts up, we can remove these tabs here, lift the carpet up, and we can pull our wires just straight through here. To tuck your wires under these, all you have to do is push this little tab back and pull up on this as you push that back. Again, I need 2 hands to do this, so I'm gonna put you down and open the rest of these. So as far as Ethernet cables go, I'm probably gonna run it through here because it connects to the front instead of the back like these 2 cables do. All right, we got our wires through, got Ethernet ran there, power, antenna, and it's all running through this channel. I am gonna tidy up the wires, tighten them up a little bit. Power running through there, Ethernet under the floor, up the carpet, and then up into here and out here. And that's where we'll connect this guy. Now we just need to remove the OEM blank so we can put in the matte 4Runner piece. So just gonna yank it right on out. Now that we got the Ethernet through, we'll go and we'll plug it into 4Runner Matt's switch, and then try to pop that sucker in there, just like that. Cool. Now we got an area to connect our mic. Our plate's all painted, so we are ready to install this onto our bracket. And then what we're going to use is some Velcro. We're going to put 2 of these with the grippy part. This part on the back side here like this. That way when we put it on the carpet, it grabs and it doesn't move. All right, now that that's on there, we press it on for about 30 seconds. Now we can install our radio back on top. Positioning of the Midland control box. You can kind of see where I have it set. The rail is tall enough to clear that, so you could put it all the way up against this here. I'm gonna move it slightly off, but I don't run it right up against the output for the heater. So I think this is gonna be the best spot for it. We got all of our cables connected. I need to tighten up some of these here. I'll do that after I mount this. On the back side, we have our Velcro. So we'll go ahead and pull off these pieces. And now what we can do is just set it on the carpet, set it and forget it. Done, baby. Just need to clean it up a little bit. One step closer to being able to communicate with people 2 cities away. Breaker 19. This is Chasing Voodoo. Truck camper 4x4 coming in, sir.